Well, Adam, I have a few. I would like to, if we're gonna just dive right into this.
Yeah, let's fucking dive into this because despite the fact that the audience doesn't give a shit about this, I give a shit about this.
To debut this as the Lucas Cryptid Corner. So what I did was when you showed me the topics, I went on my own time and I just kind of looked up some new cryptids that I didn't know of, and I just found some interesting ones that I wanted to talk about. The first, I think I have four in total here to talk about, just for a little bit. But I will mention the fourth and final one is not that great. It just made me fucking die of laughter as I was reading through it. So, diving right in, and also disclaimer: if I pronounce any of these wrong, mainly the second one, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. So the first one here we got is a cryptid called the Dingo Neck.
I'm sorry?
The Dingo Neck. Dingonek.
Dingo Neck. I'm typing it up.
If you look on Google Images, the reason why this one grabbed my attention was that it kind of just straight up looks like a monster from Monster Hunter. Not that I'm a big Monster Hunter.
One word or two?
One word.
Because I'm getting a lot of pictures of dingoes, and dingoes are adorable.
No, that's not what we're looking at.
Oh my!
It looks like something out of Monster Hunter. So, on my notes, for everyone, I have my other computer here just as a cheat sheet from we tried to ruin the illusion. So, the Dingo Neck was rumored to have been seen near Africa's Lake Victoria in 1907 by big game hunter John Alfred Jordan and members of his hunting party. Jordan described it as, and I'm reading the whole quote here that I wrote down, holy saints, but he was slightly 14 or 15 feet long, head big of that of a lioness, but shaped and marked like a leopard, two long white fangs sticking down straight from his upper jaw, back broad as a hippo, scaled like an armadillo, but colored and marked like a leopard,
Like,
and a broad fin tail with slow, lazy swishes of which he was easily holding himself level in swift current heading upstream. And it's also sometimes referred to as the jungle walrus.
What?
What's the matter?
I'm upset. This looks cool.
Yeah, it looks that's why I picked. This is the first one I picked because I'm like, this guy just looks fucking cool. Like,
I would love to see a movie about this thing.
Yeah, Dingo Neck. I think this is a cool one. And now the thing is, as I was researching and looking at some things out here, I discovered what's considered a new class, if that makes sense, and it's called a legendary creature. That's more so like not really a cryptid per se, but more so it sometimes go into mythology stuff. So like, I tried my best to stick to the cryptid ones, but there was, I think, one or two that are considered a legendary creature. So
this one kind of reminds me of Batra if you look on your screen right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why that reminds me of Batra, but for some reason it does.
There was another one I found, man. That was I forgot to write down its name, but it was like this was a legendary creature. It was a hybrid of like a snake and an elephant. It was weird. It was cool.
Look at that. I'd watch the fuck out of that film.
Let me know if you'd like me to go on to the next one.
Well, where did this come from? This is Africa?
It was rumored to have been seen near Africa's Lake Victoria in 1907. It doesn't seem like there were that many reports of it afterwards, but I brought it up because I know as I was doing some homework, like I went to like the cryptid, like it's like a cryptid wiki that people have, and like it was, I put this one here because like there were, oh god, I had a slight burp. I'm sorry, everyone. There were a lot of species that were discovered, like that were just unknown species at the time that were discovered in this area. And to me, that's what I found this one interesting, is that like if these other things were here, maybe there was a such thing as a dingo neck. I don't know.
I would love to make a movie about this, John. You can do the score for it.
It almost when I was reading the description of it, it almost came off to me like some weird like chimera, of, like different.
Well,
animals.
yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. This definitely looks like something from Africa. Oh, I love this picture. Hold on, I'm gonna put this one up full screen. Open image in a new tab.
I will take your word for it because I actually don't have the screen on here.
But I will pop this one up on full screen right now. Like, to me, I could make a movie out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that image.
Hold on a second.
Oh, I just realized her titties are out. I shouldn't have that on screen.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh, YouTube police. They're gonna come. Like,
That's an interesting idea. That's Now you mentioned before. You see, to me, the cryptids that are like gods and stuff like that, to me, that's not as interesting as something that could be plausible.
I agree with you too. But the thing is, like, some of the ones I looked up were like kind of borderlining on that, but I still found them interesting.
Like
I agree.
Like the dinosaur from the Congo.
Yeah.
That to me is fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, what's this next one you've got, Lucas?
So this is the one I'm probably almost 100% gonna mispronounce. This is the Dabharchu. I will spell it out for you really quick.
Please do.
Dobhar. You're gonna put like a dash.
Chew. I found it.
Chew. Okay. And this is also known
it looks like a mink.
It's also known as the King Otter,
which is God.
That's what I was immediately like. King Otter, you say? So, this is a creature of Irish folklore, described as half dog, half fish. And initially, when I read that, I was like, "That sounds kind of dumb." But then I really kind of thought about it, of a cross between an otter and a dog, and then I saw like drawings and pictures of it. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of scary, actually. Now
so it's basically like a giant fisher cat.
Yeah, it lives in water and has fur with protected properties. Physical description of it resembles an otter, but is said to be about 5 times as large, perhaps 10 to 15 feet, with white pelt, black ear tips, and a black cross on its back.
Now, this is plausible.
Yeah, and they're actually I think this was listed on Wikipedia when I looked it up, so grain of salt. But it got traction from an incident that involved a woman named Grace I cannot pronounce his last name. I'm not going to try it. Her husband supposedly heard her scream as she was washing clothes down at the Glendalough and came to her aid. And when he got there, she was already dead with the Dabharchu upon her bloody and mutilated body. The man killed the Dabharchu, stabbing it in the heart. As it died, it made a whistling sound, and its mate arose from the lough. Its mate chased the man, but after a long and bloody battle, killed it as well.
So then what do they do with the bodies?
That's the $1 million question.
Because, yeah.
Because to me, that story was interesting to me alone, but then I'm like, okay, what came of this exactly?
Because this sounds like, because there's something that I'm really interested in, and that's megafauna, stuff from after the dinosaurs, basically. Yeah. And this is reminding me of the prehistoric otter, which is nothing but literally a gigantic otter. Yeah. And the geography matches.
Yeah.
This is from Ireland. So that could possibly explain this. I mean, it's essentially like a fisher cat. Let me pull up a picture of a fisher cat for everyone to see.
Actually, when I was reading into it, it almost came off to me, especially when I heard, like, I saw the folklore mention part of it. It almost came off to me as like a story that parents would tell kids or something to say or something. That's what it came off to me as. But then as I looked into it, like, they're okay.
But you see, this is a fisher cat. Fisher cats are adorable, but they're totally terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, wait. I know why you're not seeing me. Now you should.
Oh!
Okay, there. You're fine. Anyways, that's a fisher cat. They like to eat your dogs and cats. But look at it. Like, that's adorable, right?
I think it's funny you mentioned that, because I think when I was looking up the Dabharchu, I think it mentioned that, like, dogs was one of its prey or something.
Yeah.
It was going to, I think that was actually mentioned.
Are there fisher cats in Ireland? Yes, apparently.
Ooh, maybe that's what it was then. Maybe it was mistaken identity, but like it seems like it was almost real.
Pine martens. Pine martens, America's cousin. I know it's cute, but you don't want to be around them.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently they're Dutch. Huh. But they're in that area, so that would probably explain what that is.
Yeah, I think you have a point there with that one.
Fascinating.
Did we just solve the mystery of the Dabharchu?
Solve the mystery.
Probably not, honestly. But like, hey, it's fun.
That is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that there is a plausible explanation for this, and to me, that just adds to the mystery a little bit. Yeah. Like, could this be a prehistoric otter, or could this be a different species?
I mean, it's lining up a lot with what hold up.
This is fascinating. I like this shit. I like this.
So on that note, would you like me to move on to my next intro?
Ah, yes.
So the next one I actually just found this one interesting. There actually isn't a lot of info on it, but it's something called the Ozark Howler.
Spell this for me because I suck.
Ozark Howler.
O-Z... Oh, I found him.
Yeah. And it was a creature said to dwell in the Ozarks. According to tradition, the creature is bear-like in shape with a gray-colored shaggy coat. Apparently, a man by the name of Chad Arment asserts in his book Cryptozoology that the Ozark Howler myth is a hoax.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt. That's... Oh, okay. They're thinking that's what he heard.
Yeah.
Well, oh, I don't know if you know this. Well, you probably
This
do.
I don't know, actually. This is a new level to me.
Teddy Roosevelt, one of the reasons why he was so open to Bigfoot, and he openly spoke about this too, was because he went on a big hunting trip one time, and they got rocks thrown at them, and they kept hearing a howling off in the distance, like something was screaming at them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people said he had a Bigfoot encounter. And but that's why whenever people would go up to him and talk to him about seeing something or about the legend, he never laughed at them and told them to go away. He would genuinely listen to them because he had his own experience.
Yeah.
And some people, I guess, are saying that it was the Ozark Howler.
Yeah. So what I was talking about here, so like it was for a while considered to be like almost a big hoax. However, stories of the Ozark Howler are said to predate this. Like there were stories apparently as early as the early 1800s of like people seeing this creature, which is an interesting thing.
Well, this is an interesting image.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is something that...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what those are supposed to... I saw those...
See, I think this is fake, but it's a creepy image.
The fact that there's multiple ones at like different angles is what I'm like, this is kind of, yeah, it reminds me a lot of, there was like an image of like someone, it's definitely clearly fake, of like what looks like a goat man. It's like on like a hunting camera where it's like black and white, and it's like in a forest, and like it's definitely a fake picture, but it's unsettling. Like it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like it should be real.
Well, those are the best ones, or at least the creepiest ones. Oh, yeah, I found him. That is him.
Yeah, there he is. We found him, guys. But yeah, I just found this one interesting just because the design of it, I thought, the description of it was really another one where I was like, I could see this being a thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also really pulling up here. I don't think I have that open anymore. Dang it. I don't have that one open anymore, so I can't look at that. But yeah, that's the Ozark Howler. I just thought this one was really cool and conceptually could be a thing. I think there was also...
See, I'm seeing like two different designs. I'm seeing the more like Goatman looking one, and then I'm seeing the more on 4 looking one.
Yeah, people were like, some of the things I was reading, they were like almost classifying it along with like hellhounds and stuff like that, where it was like, if you see this thing, it's like a bad sign. It's like that's a no-go. Like you have bad luck or something with that. I thought it was interesting. It was really good.
Never heard of it.
And just appearance-wise, if I saw that thing, I'd be
fucking terrified.
Getting my fucking pants. I think it could also be maybe mistaken identity. Did I write down where?
This strikes me as mistaken identity too.
Yeah.